Unite beyond boundaries. Innovate together. Joe's PANKRATION 2024. No border.
That.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thanks for the Joe's PANKRATION 2024 invitation. In this session, we are going to check the data governance when there's no data nor governance. I am William Antonio Guzmán Bernal. I am part of the AWS Community Builder, and I'm also co-founder of the AWS Users Group from Paraguay. Some facts about me. Can you see my screen? Okay, thank you. Some facts about me. I believe in God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. I'm a Colombian IT professional living in Chile. I have more than 20 years of working experience as developer, QA leader, math teacher, technical support, project manager, chief technology officer, DevOps, data architect, and solutions architect. And currently, I'm working as pre-sales solutions architect at Scala 24/7. And my latest certification is the AWS Solutions Architect Professional Certification. So, we may have read or heard this quote: data is the new oil. There are some key points I want you to keep in mind. First, data has a high value. It gives the company significant competitive advantages over their competitors. It is a raw material because you need to process and analyze data. It is a fueling growth because right now data is driving the digital revolution in any company. Data can be seen and used across several industries. And also data has some risks and considerations regarding privacy, security, and monopolization. This quote, data is the new oil, was stated in the Association of National Advertisers Conference in 26. It was Clive Humby who said it first, and it's still a valid sentence. Our companies and clients already have data. So what I suggest you first is to identify, if possible, all the products and services, suppliers, raw materials, production, storage, distribution, retailers, maintenance, and recycling that can have in your company or in your client's company right now. We need to start with what is already existing. Okay, so where can we look for that information? That information may be in the form of reports, dashboards, metrics, key performance indicators, even notifications or alerts, and corporate goals. So when you are working with a client and you want to investigate the existing information, I suggest you to look first in these points. But there is a small example. You can have a company where there are BI analysts and stakeholders, and you shouldn't go and ask them, hey, what dashboards do we have? Because probably they will say, why? What do you need? You will face an initial rejection. They can be working with BI and data query tools, or they can be also already working with AWS services such as QuickSight and Amazon Athena. But again, if you go in that attitude, probably you won't get the results or the information you want, which is the existing data in the company. And I want to take a small break in here. There is a movie called Old Boy. I'm not going to spoil the movie, but I remember something about the movie. In a moment of the movie, they say, You can't find the right answer if you ask the wrong questions. So let's return to the example where we are talking to the BI analysts or the stakeholders. And again, a small step before. If I ask you to do not think of a red box, probably the first thing you will think is the red box, because our brain works in a different way when we include negations. When we say no, we are not inverting the meaning, we are mitigating the meaning. So please be aware of your communication when you talk to a C-level or stakeholder. And instead of saying, don't think of the costs, you can say, think of the advantages. And apply that to yourself. When talking to yourself, do not say, I will learn, I will start, I will do. Try to say it in a present tense. I am learning, in a continuous present way. I am learning, I'm starting, and I am doing. Let's return with the example. Instead of directly asking, you can say, hey, I'd like to help to improve, optimize our processes. Where can I find some information to start with? Especially those related to the data we collect or process. Where should I check first? They may answer, oh, you should ask, or you can't because you should be in the department, or you need authorization from, oh yeah, you can check in our intranet, go to this URL. And you say, okay, thank you. In any case, you are looking for a sponsor to your investigation. And that result is the answer we get are the potential owners of the existing data. They can be the IT staff, the support, or the maintenance team. And if you find them, ask them for protocols, compliances, users profiling, and probably if they already applying the AWS Cloud Center of Excellence. You will have a lot of meetings to investigate data. So listen to understand, not to answer. Take notes, do not use the keyboard. Identify if you're talking to management, technical, or sales staff. Try to get as much possible context as possible before the meetings, and record them if you can do it. Also identify who are you talking to, why they are working in the company, and the what will come, don't worry. The how will come, don't worry. You're talking to people right now. You need to get data from people. And you will need them to get involved. So we are not only talking to BI analysts or stakeholders. You will also be talking to IT staff. And they will start involving services like Amazon CloudWatch or Amazon SNS, for the security information and event management. And right now, we can also start using the AWS Identity and Access Management or AWS IAM Identity Center. Right now, you can start investigating specifically for your company and client, what are the standard metrics or KPIs. You can Google all of them for financial, healthcare, software, security. Try to select them in advance so you can check if they are working with these metrics and KPIs or not. Also, make sure you are thinking of the security. Ask for security protocols. If there's no such thing, you can propose one based on the data, what data, why do they do that data, who owns, where is it stored, how long should it be stored, where, what are the compliance or regulations. And obviously, we need also to think of the negative cases where there is a data leak or breach, and try to create a flow chart to involve all these protocol items. And we need to move on tracing back existing data. We are moving from right to left. Now we are including a special area for data storage, where we have S3, Redshift, RDS, or Amazon Aurora. But we are expanding our analysis. Also remember the well-architected framework and all its 6 pillars, because we will use some of them when we investigate where is the data that we don't know yet. For example, we are going to create a governance, and that governance will include the services we saw before, the IAM, but we also will include the CrowdTrail, the Cost Explorer, the AWS Config, and AWS Lake Formation. They will help us to create the governance as AWS suggests. We need to include accounts, infrastructure, environments, and all we need to adhere to our data analysis. In this point, you need to welcome the technical and development area. You are working in a team. You need to identify what are they doing, what is the technology stack, and they are working with manual processes. Are they working with agile methodologies? Try to investigate as much information as possible, but be quietly disruptive. Do not try to get rejections at the beginning. And if they don't have some of these items, propose a disaster recovery plan, continuous integration, continuous deployment, the testing plans, try to include them. Okay, we are checking from right to left, but where are we getting our existing data from? So we need to now include an area called data ingestion, where we have services like Amazon Kinesis, Amazon Managed Streaming for Apache Kafka, AWS Glue, AWS Database Migration Service, AWS Data Sync, AWS Transfer Family, because they help us to get information from external data sources. And last but not least, we need to process the data that we ingest. So we are going to use probably EMR, Glue, SageMaker, Lambda, Step Functions, and AWS Batch. In this point, it's extremely important that you take the whole picture. Remember, we started from right to left. We're starting talking to people because we need to analyze the existing data in order to find the missing data. And through all this process, we identified also if they are good with compliance, with protocols, with regulations, everything that we need to consider to create a governance. But all of this extremely depends on the people. You need to talk to people. To summarize, I suggest that you identify existing data, stakeholders, or any BI components such as reports, dashboards, and propose the missing BI components that you didn't find, the required protocols, and also, if possible, any automation or optimization. Thanks a lot. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and I will be more than pleased to answer any suggestions or questions. Thank you so much.